perfection coming up. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. In the end, it's gonna be us. Don't need a spotlight on this grind. I run it up, been the cut. Gotta eat, skip the sleep till the work done. I be up, I'm getting mine. Ain't no rush. This perfection coming up. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. In the end,
What's going on, world? Welcome back to the Crosscast. It's your man Cleveland home to be professional. Showtime if you nasty. How everybody doing out there? I'm doing good myself. I'm gonna jump right into this thing here, man. What I have in my hand right here is a book. It's called Win in Court Without a Lawyer. How I Got My Security Deposit Back. Let me see, make sure y'all can see that on the camera. Yeah. It's a book about getting your security deposit back. You know, if you had a situation where maybe you moved out of a place and you wrongfully didn't get your security deposit back, or they didn't give it to you in the right amount of time, just anything dealing with security deposits, this is your friend. You don't need a lawyer. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read the back to you. Have you ever had a security deposit taken from you? Have you ever received a default judgment because you didn't go to court? Have you ever skipped court because you couldn't afford an attorney? Do you think the only way to fight is with a lawyer? If you can answer yes to any of these questions, this book is for you. This book has a ton of knowledge in it pertaining to legal things with housing contracts. It even has like motions and things filed through court, you know, from the author. The author just so happens to be my mother. Actually, funny story, the episode that she was on, that was about 2 weeks ago, I knew this was coming out on her birthday. She did not know. So, you know, it got published, but the surprise was it would be out, it would drop on her birthday. I wanted to mention it so bad while she was here, but I couldn't because then that would have ruined the surprise. But yeah, so I ordered me a copy. You can order it on Amazon. You can get the Kindle version for ebook, or you can order the hardback, the hard copy. Again, that's Win in Court Without a Lawyer, How I Got My Security Deposit Back. I was shocked myself. Now, of course, you know, I'm going to promote Mom, but it's actually it's a good read. It's not a long read, straight to the point. And I can say that the information in it is true because I watched her win. You know, I saw her going through this stuff. I wasn't hands-on with it, so I didn't do any of the work. I didn't assist her in any of the work. I just know whatever she figured out, it worked. And she got her money. So she went and wrote a book. So you can get yours too. So if you have any situation similar to that, you probably want to pick this up. Sell it for $11.95 on Amazon, the hard copy, and I think $5.95 for the ebook. So even if you don't have that situation, it could be a good read just so that's some knowledge you have on hand that a lawyer would charge you thousands of dollars for. You can have that same information for $11.95 or $5.95 if you're into ebooks. Me personally, I don't like ebooks because I don't like staring at screens and reading stuff off of them. So, yeah, if you get a chance, go pick this book up. It's a good read. Good read. This week, for my pick for making music great again, I went back. Artist named Her, Her. I'm saying it like y'all don't know. She's kind of big, so you probably know who she is. She dropped the album earlier this year. I gave a couple tracks to listen. I didn't really get into it. And it's funny, I haven't really been hearing much about it, given how big of an artist she is. So I went and listened to it this past week. Like, listen to it. She's dope. She dope. Once again, I like her past work. I think she's gorgeous. You know, her music is good to me. Like, when I listen to female artists, I don't really listen to them with the intent of relating to everything that they are going through. Because, well, one, I'm not a woman. Yeah, I'm not a woman. I could just leave it at that. But I do like to get their perspective, what they may be thinking, like, okay, their music. And then, of course, they're people. So, yeah, they're going to have some feelings and things that you can relate to as a man. But really, a lot of stuff would be kind of weird. It's like, I would want a woman that thinks like that. Like that'd be a lot of my stance when I'm listening to female artists. But she delivered once again. If you haven't checked that out, you should. It's definitely a good project. And it's to be expected from her. I'm just wondering why I haven't been hearing more about it. But then again, it's like, what outlets do I really listen to or go to hear anything about music? I just kind of been searching lately, just like, hey, I wonder what this person's doing, or maybe if something comes across my radar, give it a listen. Shout out to Corday. He got a single out that I just heard. It's called Super. Shit's fire. I'm looking forward to his project whenever that drops. I don't have a clue when it's going to drop because, well, I don't really pay that much attention to stuff. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So, Make Music Great Again. I'm going with her. And special mention, honorable mention, Corday. I feel like I'll be bringing him back up whenever his project drops. This week, I did some fun stuff. I went out and I actually potted with another podcast. So I featured on another podcast this week. It's called The Hit Show. So you can look that up on Facebook, on YouTube. It was definitely it was an experience. I actually went out there twice. So they'll have an episode airing on Sunday, which will be October. Hold on, look, I'm trying to look at the calendar to see what the date will be. It will be airing on the 24th. So there'll be an episode airing of The Hit Show on the 24th. Check that out. It was real calm, cool, real quick episodes, not nothing that's super long. So if your attention span's short, it's real to the point. It's just a nice sit down, chill conversation. Now the episode that they had that already dropped that I was on earlier in the week, it was a lot more going on than the episode that'll be airing Sunday. This coming Sunday, the one that aired last Sunday. It was a lot going on. It was a nice group of people there. There were people that were off the camera that were participating in this show. We had a lot going on, It was real. It taught me something about myself. It did let me know I matured. Because in this setting or in most settings where I'm doing something that I'm presenting to the public, I'm usually in the driver's seat. This was my first experience, like going to someone else's platform and where we're giving our opinions and our views. Like it's different than like how I went and did the show with my boy Superstar K, where we were doing music, because it's like when it's you on the stage, it's you on the stage. It's not everybody. So I didn't really have to mesh with other personalities. It was just mine's when it was my turn, and then it was someone else's turn. I'm done. That was a learning experience for me, and I'm glad I got it. I preach it. I be always saying, don't be scared to get out there and find other people and work with other people. I be preaching it, but this is like my first time, like really, like going out there in this space, like me at this age and in this stage in life, like really getting out there and really like trying to, collaborate. I haven't really had to do that. Like when I do have people come on the show, I mean, y'all coming into my domain, you know what I mean? So it still goes according to my program. So it was fun to jump into another environment and kind of acclimate myself to that. And I'm glad I did it. One thing that I got out of it, I got a sense of inspiration that I haven't had in a while. I haven't really been lacking or short on inspiration, but I got a boost from that because it was just cool to get out there and get with a group of people who are in the same mindset as far as what you want to get done. Because we talked about things outside of the pod. And really what I initially went out there for is one of the hosts, D Darius. I'll give y'all the whole backstory here. I've known this guy since I was a teenager. We never got super close, but we knew who each other were. So then, of course, as you get older, you don't really keep up with people. Hell, some of your close friends you stop keeping up with. So he's one of the people that he's been my friend on social media. And it's funny because over the last couple years, that's one of my Facebook best friends. You know what I'm saying? I know him in real life, but we weren't kicking it and stuff. But on Facebook, it's we always we got similar interests. I see we be doing some of the same stuff, commenting on stuff, similar views. I'm man, this dude cool as fuck, you know. But as a man, you know, or should I say, as the type of man that I am, it's not easy for me to be hey, you seem like a cool dude. Let's kick it. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that's easy for me to do. I don't make many new guy friends. I can easily ask a woman, hey, you know, what's up with you? You seem like you cool. Let's get together and do something. When it comes to a guy, I'm kind of I don't want to come off weird to this dude. Hey, I want to kick it, man. You seem like we'd have fun. But so one day he put up a post about making music, and I just jumped on there hey, shit, let me come cook with you. He I've been meaning to get you out here. I'm shit, all right, cool. We on the same page. So boom, we make it happen. We go out there, put together a nice song too. So we record the song, and I'm gonna stay over because they were shooting the pod that day. So he's yeah, you could just come be on the podcast too. So I stayed over after we did the song and we got on the podcast. That first one that we did, that was a hell of an experience for me. Because it was okay, my personality is jump in, make yourself comfortable. Kind of let's try to control the situation. But it's not my situation to control. You know what I'm saying? And even in let's say down the line, we all decide I need this from you. That's a commitment that maybe they couldn't give me because this is not their passion. And that's fine, you know, pursue what you gotta pursue. Even with Rel, you know, he was here, but he had other things that he was pursuing. So it didn't work out. And he actually wanted to do this, but his heart was somewhere else. And he wanted to pursue that. And I hope that turns out as great as he needs it to turn out. Or I hope he decides this is where he needs to be and he can bring his ass on back. But it was cool. And it sparked my inspiration because it's I don't know, I got excited. I feel oh, I found some motherfuckers that's like me. You know? It's cool. I'm glad that I put my goofy man ego to the side and was and was hey, let me come make some music with you. Because that turned into something completely different. Well, not even different, just it turned into much more than us just making a song. And I'm sure we'll make more music. Just that music is fun, and it's fun for me to make. Like, do I care to be a famous rapper? Not really. If it happened, would I take it or would I shy away from it? I'd probably take it because hell, it's a platform to launch with the shit I really care about. And I like having fun with it. I would like to share the shit with people, because I think it's dope. But it was just, it was needed. And again, it reinforces me preaching. Get out there, man. Get out there. Whatever you're doing, put it out there for people. And you're going to find other like minds. And when you find those other like minds, don't be afraid to go and try to collaborate with them, and try to get as much experience in a smaller amount of time. The amount of time it would take me to experience everything by myself, I fuck around and die before I figured everything out. But if I got this person here and this person here, and they can share their experience with me, I can share mine with them. It makes everyone better as a collective, and then who knows, maybe you find a tribe, maybe you find some people that you can like really get into some shit with and really get your ideals or your dreams rolling, because we start talking about things outside of potting that are very interesting to me, really things that I've been wanting to do. And it was exciting to find a group of people, not just like me and one other person. Like, I mean, that would have been cool too, but it was cool to find a group of people who I can tell by what they're doing, they would actually put some effort into doing it. Because there's a bunch of people you can talk till you're blue in the face about doing things with, and they really have no intention of ever really moving. They'll move if you do all the work. It's like if I set up everything and put everything in motion, then maybe you like, oh, I'll come walk in and do this part. I don't want that. Like if I'm building from the ground up, I would prefer somebody that's willing to build it to where it's trying to go, instead of someone trying to jump in once it's already there. Then it's like, what do I really need you for? It's already doing what it's supposed to do. So it was just, it was exciting. It was refreshing. It gave me a pump, man. It got me pumped up, man. It got me ready to work. Like I'm ready to work. I'm ready to do other things that I have in mind. And it was good to just run into like-minded people. And who knows, maybe we'll all do these things together. Maybe we won't, but it's a step in the right direction for me personally. Like at the end of the day, I'm one person. One person could do a lot. I'm not saying, one person, you can't get anything done. But there's strength in numbers. Always has been, always will be. If you ever read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, great people get steamrolled by great teams. It's true. Like if there's a team, one person's not beating a team. You got a one-man army. It's a good video game concept or something, but in real life, you got this one guy, he ain't taking out this army. That army might beat that other army, but that one guy doesn't stand a chance. So it has me in the mind space of what the right pieces are out there. Even if it's not that group, they're out there. You know what I mean? And it's not saying I don't think that group will work out or anything. We don't have anything. We're not like planning on making a new group. It's just I'm looking at the situation and it's got me thinking like, oh, because I've been thinking it the whole time. Like, man, doing everything on my own is taxing, especially when I got other things in life that I need to worry about. It would be nice to have a group. You know, just like they found their tribe, there's one out there for me, there's one out there for you, there's one out there for everybody. You know, so it was just fun to just go collaborate. And I think it was necessary, I think it was needed. And personally, okay, I'm going to contradict myself a little bit. I don't mind moving on my own because at the end of the day, groups come with group issues. You know what I'm saying? And I like to stay away from those for as much as I can. I know like shit comes with the territory, but I don't have the most patience when it comes to other people and things that I deem nonsense. I don't have the biggest amount of patience for that. So flying solo is beneficial to me in that way. But hell, it'd be nice to just maybe when I do need to go work with someone to have people that available that I could go work with. So in a situation like this, building a good rapport with this group could be beneficial in the future. And hell, maybe I'll go out and collab with somebody else on something, or maybe they come here and collab with me, you know, and just build these good relationships where we can all be beneficial to each other when needed. That's not saying everybody, oh yeah, I like that person, we gotta do everything together now. No, it's not real. It's ridiculous. But I guess in some scenarios you do run into that. But I don't know what that's like. And really, I don't know what none of this is like, because this is all a new arena to me. So it was just fun, and it was definitely inspiring. It got me going. It got me going, and I'd be looking for these things. Like even like when I went to Pittsburgh and got out there with my boy K, that was like our first like one-on-one time kicking it. Usually I got introduced to K through my friend Pat. He would normally be here. So it's normally like I'm with Pat who's with K. That time it was just us. And we vibed like way different. You know what I mean? Like not different than Pat, but like it's me and you talking now. Like it's just us now. We got to know each other and understand each other a whole lot better than we did before. So I was thankful that happened. And then, you know, that turned into me going out doing the show in Akron with him and all that. It just turned into stuff. So like just going places, doing things that you like to do, pursuing them, and not being so self-absorbed that you like, well, if this ain't my thing, I ain't doing it. If I ain't the one in charge of this, I'm not rolling with it. You know, like get out there, man, and touch other people's projects too. You'd be surprised what you figure out, what you learn, and hell, what just having those relationships and those it's good to build those relationships with people, because who knows what the future holds with that. And on the flip side, say I got out and I was dealing with people and I'm like, I don't like shit that's going on here. I can just leave it. I can leave it where it's at. You know what I'm saying? I can leave it where it's at and never touch it again. But definitely people, if you are pursuing something, especially in a creative space, like in a creative zone, music, pods, movies, TV shows, all that stuff, like you are one thing, which is probably enough to get the job done. But just imagine how much more you could accomplish if there were more of you or more like you, or how much better your product could be if this person comes and has a view of an angle you didn't see before. And it's like, oh, I never thought of it like that. You know, it's a lot to learn, man. And there's strength in numbers. And in this life experience, man, that energy exchange is necessary. It's necessary. So stay open-minded, you know, never think you're so great that there's no way to improve on you, and no one else could help you do something better. You know, it's even if it's just the inspiration. Even if it's just the inspiration. Maybe nobody gave you an idea. Maybe it just kind of inspired you to do a little more on your end. Whatever it is, man. Get out there, man. Work and work with other people, man, and see what's going on. It's a lot to learn out here. There's no way you're going to figure everything on this planet out on your own. Let's cut that learning time down, man, because I did learn some stuff with them. I learned some other ways to record, some ways to live stream your pod that I didn't know existed, some different setups on equipment, things like that I learned that I probably wouldn't have learned had I not gone and collaborated with someone else, because I didn't really need to, or I didn't think I needed to, but that live thing, that's an improvement, One day I may take advantage of that, so it's a lot out here. Keep your mind open, keep your eyes open, and take advantage of what's out here in this world, man, especially other like-minded people, man. It's a lot to be learned. That energy exchange is real, man. It's real and it's powerful. So I ain't gonna kick your heads in all day with that. I just needed to get that off my chest, man, because I definitely enjoyed what I did, and I will do it again. So, yeah, get that book, When in Court Without a Lawyer, How I Got My Security Deposit Back, written by Sandra Holmes. Go check that out, get that. If you know somebody that's in that position that may need this, let them know about it. Make music great again. Listen to her. Not Sandra, I mean her. My mom could sing too, but listen to her. Her. Good. And be on the lookout for Corday. That song Super is dope. It's dope. And don't be scared to get out there, man, and collaborate, man. Put your stuff out there so people know, because what you're doing, nobody knows what you're doing unless you tell somebody. And if it's somebody you don't normally talk to, if you put your product out, they'll probably see it. So get out there, man, do your thing, put your product out there, and don't be closed off from collaboration, man. Collaborating is great. Teamwork make the dream work, And when you're doing stuff like that, collaborating, try to keep your expectations to a minimum. Not saying don't expect anything out of them, like, oh, I don't think this is gonna go good. Don't expect negative. Like, just see what's gonna happen. Know what you plan on doing yourself. Like, okay, I plan on going on their podcast and having a good time, saying what I need to say pertaining to the topics. That was my mindset. I didn't have a set way that I thought it was going to go, and I think that helped me a lot. Like, not really expecting how it was going to go, just knowing what I planned on bringing to the table. And I think mission was accomplished, So, that being said, I'm going to get on out of here. Thanks for watching the Crosscast. Your man Cleveland Holmes, you professional. Showtime if you nasty. Until next time, peace.